Hello, good day to you all. I am Teacher Oakley. Welcome to Verbling.com. Okay, in today's class, we are going to practice making suggestions in English. Common part of everyday life, of course. We make tons of decisions every day, and sometimes we ask other people to do them with us. All right, so we're going to look at making suggestions. We're going to do some really basic practical exercises, fill in the blank, mix and match, and so forth. And we're going to also practice some situational role play. And as a special treat to me, I'm going to ask you guys to make suggestions for Verbling classes. Yay! That's right. This is a completely self-serving class in which you will help me do some of my work. Yay! I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Apparently, you guys not so much. Where are you guys? Come on, join me in the class. Let's go. I suggest you click on the join button right now. I would like to suggest that it would be a good idea for you to join me in the class. Okay. As soon as I have somebody to party with, I'll get going. And here we go. Awesome. Wicked good. Very, very north. Okay, there's a colloquial area. Very, very northeastern United States. Wicked good. All right. If you want to sound like somebody from Boston, say wicked good. All right, Michaela.
Hey.
Hey, it's wicked good to see you. How are you today?
I'm great. And you?
You're great. I'm fantabulous. Yeah, that's not a real word. That's fantastic and fabulous together.
I like it.
You like it. I just made it up. Thank you. You can use it. I'll give you access to that word. You may use it at will. Okay, hang on a second while I say hello to Carlos. Hi, Carlos.
Hi, Oakley. How are you?
I'm good. What's shaking?
Not too much. I just come from the work. I'm ready to take a couple of verbing lessons.
Okay, cool beans. I just came from work. It's not really necessary to use the here because we haven't talked about work. And we don't really say the work unless we're talking about some specific task or something. The work I'm doing on the new account is really hard, like that. Otherwise, if you're just talking about your job, work in general, we're just never going to use the work. Okay. Anyway, that being said, today, all right, in this class, it's extremely self-serving for me because, excuse me, because I want you guys to think about this throughout the class. Scratch it down on a piece of paper, whatever. At the end of the class, near the end of the class, I'm going to ask you guys to make suggestions for Verbling classes. What kind of classes would you like to see? What specific targeted classes would you love to join me in doing? You're going to help me plan classes. Yay!
Bello. Beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. It is Bella. Yeah, indeed. Because, okay, we're going to practice your English giving suggestions at the same time that you're doing my work for me. Couldn't be better.
Okay.
Okay, cool beans. All right, we're going to start out with some just very practical kinds of exercises here. Very simple stuff. And then we're gonna move on to a little bit of role play. We're gonna bounce around, do all kinds of stuff with this today. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little screen share. Real basic to begin with here. Hang on. All right. Okay. Making suggestions. All right. Okay. Here's very simple. I would like you to read the sentence, and then tell me what part of the sentence is the actual suggestion part. That's it. Michaela, number 1, please.
Let's go to the park today. It looks really nice outside.
Terrific. What's the suggestion part?
The first one.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's whatever. Let's party. Woo! Okay. Very simple. We use let's a lot to make suggestions, especially informally with friends, buddies, family, etc. Carlos, number 2.
It's just an idea, but what about buying a Samsung instead of an iPhone?
Okay, what's the suggestion part?
What about?
Yeah. Now, we can use this by itself to give obviously an alternate suggestion to something that's already been discussed. Carlos, why on earth would this speaker say it's just an idea?
Because to protect himself.
Exactly. Precisely. Okay, they're very unsure about their suggestions. So this is typical in English. If we're not very confident about our idea, we can introduce it by saying it's just an idea, or maybe this may be crazy, but what if we, okay, what about, or what if we, all right, this may be a stupid idea, but how about, okay, these are all ways we introduce a suggestion maybe we're not so confident about. Michaela, number 3.
Yeah. Can I make a suggestion? Why don't we work on the project together?
No, okay. Well, the suggestion part is pretty obvious here.
Yeah. Too simple.
Yeah. Duh. Of course. Can I make a suggestion? Yes, this is also a practical and simple way. Normally, English speakers use this. This is one that's actually used very commonly in business, like this is like a business way to say it, frankly, in a meeting. This is how you suggest something in a meeting. Can I make a suggestion? If I can make a suggestion, sometimes a little more politely, an indirect question. If I can make a suggestion, what if we, whatever. Okay, this was a common one for the workplace. Okay, Carlos, number 4.
Shall we share a taxi? We save both some money.
Great, that's a good idea. I like to share. I like to save money. All right, and the suggestion part?
Shall we share a taxi?
Shall we? Yeah. Shall we? Whatever. Shall we? A little bit more formal. Okay.
We can use will instead of shall.
Will we share a taxi? That's not really. That's a question. That's a question. That's what that is. I don't. That just means you don't know something. You're going to offer to do something in a more formal and polite way. Shall I take your coat? For example, you wouldn't say, will I take your coat? That wouldn't make sense. You might say, can I take your coat? You might say, can we share a taxi? I need to save some money. That's much more, obviously, direct, informal, to the point. Shall we is used to be polite, really. Okay. We're not only talking about suggestions, we're going to talk about the replies. All right, another simple exercise. Match the beginning and ending to make the replies for accepting a suggestion. Michaela?
Yes. I don't see. I can't see anything.
Oh no, Michaela's gone blind.
No, one more. Oh, okay. I see.
Shall I call you a doctor?
Uh,
Okay. Shall I call an
allora.
ambulance? Okay.
Right. I see. Mm, but I can see. I can see the words because I now see Carlos. I don't know why. Ah, okay.
Really?
I see
How
Carlos.
weird. Okay. Carlos, what are you doing? Are you hacking Verbling? I don't think so. Carlos doesn't seem like that kind of guy. I don't know. Carlos, can you see the screen share? Carlos, can you see the screen share?
Yes.
You can. Michaela,
Yes.
can you see
Yes,
it now?
yes.
You can? All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Technology baffles me. I have no idea what's going on. Okay. Anyway, Michaela. Okay.
I have to invent something to complete it.
That would be great. I really wish you would. Okay. Mix and match here. All right. Number 5, Michaela.
No, excuse me. I have to invent something in the sentence to
No.
complete.
Mix and
No.
match. Mix and match.
Okay.
With the left and the right here.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. I didn't explain it well. My fault. So what
Right.
ending?
I see what you mean.
Yeah, sure. Right, I see what you mean. Okay, this is a very common way to agree with something. Sure. Carlos.
Now I see Michaela.
No.
Stop it, you guys. I suggest you stop that right now, whatever you're doing.
Berlin is playing with us.
Very weird. What's going on here? You guys are
Okay,
freaking
now
me.
I see it.
All right. I'm not doing anything. I'm not touching anything. Not even touching my keyboard or nothing. Okay, anyway, number 6.
Sorry. Okay, let's do that.
Okay, let's do that. All right, let's do that. Okay, all right. Let's do that. Sounds good. Another way, very common way to express that you agree with the suggestion. Yeah, sounds good. All right. Okay. Michaela, number 7.
Yes, I think that would be a good idea.
Great. Okay. Right. Well, very similar to the next one. Carlos?
Yes, that would be worth trying.
Okay, that would be worth trying.
What does it mean? Excuse me. The last one. Worth trying.
Worth trying? That would be worth trying. Worth meaning, okay, valuable. Worth. How much is your ring worth? It's $1 million diamond ring. Okay, that would be worth trying. So that means it would be valuable to do. Like that, basically. Okay. All right. So fine. Those are some simple ways to accept a suggestion. How about if we're not feeling so good about it, maybe we want to reject a suggestion. Okay, Carlos.
Yes, it is mix and match.
Yeah, again, same thing.
That sounds like a good idea, but I don't think it would work.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. All right. Now, very often, because we don't want to hurt people's feelings, because we're all nice people, we might actually speak a concession. All right, a concession, when you concede with someone, concede a point, you say, okay, then that sounds pretty good. However, or but, okay, but this is pretty direct. It sounds like a good idea, but I'm not so sure that it will actually work practically. Okay, so this is also common when we're trying to be polite. For example, when we're disagreeing with our boss.
That could work. You can suggest something with saying, "It's just an idea."
It's just an idea. That's okay. That's like the counter reply. That sounds like a good idea, but I don't think that's really going to work. Okay, it's just an idea. Don't get upset. Yeah, that was commonly part of the conversation, Carlos. Yes, indeed it is. Okay, Michaela.
Yeah. I can see one or two problems with that idea.
All right, here's another common, a good sentence to know for rejecting an idea. Still, you know, a little bit delicate. Carlos?
Do you think so?
Yeah. Now this one all depends on the intonation. Pretty good, Carlos. Do you think so? Really? Do you think so? You have to use your skeptical, sarcastic, cynical intonation. Really? Do you think so? It's not.
Are you crazy?
What? Are you really? Are you crazy?
Are you kidding?
Are you kidding? Have you lost my mind? Good. You guys are good. All right. Good. A couple skeptical, sarcastic people. I can work with you people. Excellent. All right. All right. Last one here, Michaela.
I'm not really sure about that, to be honest.
All right. Again, to be honest, a little politeness here. Not really sure about that, to be honest. Okay. Very common to hear the exaggerated intonation when you say this. When you speak this rejection. Well, I'm not really sure about this. Actually, when we in English, when we want to reject an idea, it's very common to have that weird, long, stretched vowel sound at the beginning. Well, I'm not so sure. I don't know. What's
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I have problem with that idea.
I'm not really sure. Well, that would be two sentences. Well, I'm not really sure. I think I have a problem with that idea. Might be a more common way to say that. Ah, that's another rejection. I think I have a problem with that, all right? Well, I think. Okay, that's another way to reject. I think that's probably not going to work completely. Okay, we're gonna come. Actually, we're gonna come back to this. Now we're gonna do another simple exercise here. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, but oops. We're gonna do another. I'm gonna do another little screen share here. We're gonna take a little trip into television land. There's a show called How I Met Your Mother. Okay. We're going to play the How I Met Your Mother Imagine Dialogues game. Okay, I don't know if have you guys ever seen this show? You
No.
recognize these people? It's a crazy show. They're all ridiculously insane. Crazy family. Okay, anyway. Another exercise, different exercise, fill in the blank. There's one phrase here that you will not need, okay? But the other two, a little dialogue here. Okay. Carlos, why don't you be Ted? You have the easy part here, Michaela, for now. All right? You're Robin. All right, let's hear a little dialogue, Carlos. Remember, you're an actor. You're a famous television actor.
Ted, I'm bored.
Okay.
Oh,
Me
sorry.
too.
That's it. That's correct. That's good. I'm bored. All right. Michaela?
Me too.
Ted? I mean Carlos.
Why don't we watch a comedy film?
I don't like comedy films. Let's watch an horror film.
Sounds great.
That was interesting. I mean, it was interesting from my perspective because Michaela, you know what you did? You just said N-A-N, horror film, which would be correct if you did not pronounce the H in horror, but you do. You see how it's written here? A horror film, because we do pronounce the H in horror.
Okay.
It would be correct. It would be correct if it was an horror film. Interesting. Okay. Let's try another one. This time, Michaela, you're going to be Barney. So you get to choose the option. All right? Carlos,
I'm bored.
Carlos, you're still Ted, Carlos. Okay. Go ahead, Michaela. Sorry.
I'm bored. Let's go to the bar.
Sorry, bro. I'm busy. But I'm busy.
Keep going, Ted. I mean, Carlos.
Why don't you go to the bar with Marshall and Lily?
Good idea.
Oh, okay. See you at the bar. Great. Okay. Carlos, this time you be Robin, and Michaela will be Lily.
Sorry. Shall we go to the mall today?
I'm busy today. Let's go tomorrow.
Okay, let's meet in front of the main entrance at noon.
Sounds great.
Sounds great. All right, well, there it is. Sounds great. All right, now no clues. Here we go. Now we're going to be a little more challenging because you guys are going to make up your own stuff here. All right, Michaela, you go ahead and you be Marshall. And Carlos, you're going to be Barney. Go ahead, Marshall and Michaela.
I'm hungry. Let's eat something.
Okay.
Why don't you order a pizza?
Great. Go ahead, Marshall, Michaela. Go, Marshall, Michaela.
I have a better idea. Why don't we go to the best hamburger place in the city?
What is it?
I can't remember, but I want to find it.
Challenge accepted. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Very good, guys. One small problem, Michaela, with this part here. You said, why don't we go to the best hamburger place in the city? Okay, that doesn't really make sense. This is a yes or no question, so your intonation has to rise. Why don't we go to the best hamburger place in the city? Up at the end of the yes or no questions, we always have rising intonation at the end of the sentence. Or it sounds weird. Oh, okay. Hey, Ken. Welcome to the class. Hi there.
Yes, hello. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you.
Terrific. Terrific, Ken. Good job. High five, Ken.
Yeah,
Excellent.
fine. Yeah,
Excellent work,
thank
Ken.
you.
All right. Woo! High fives all around. Okay, that's it. Okay, enough of that. Now we're gonna go back to the other worksheet I have because we're gonna do a little situational. Well, let me do the screen share now. You guys are gonna have I'm gonna present you with a little problem here. You're gonna have to. You guys are gonna have to figure this out. All right. Okay, you're a small group. Here you are. Make suggestions and decide the best solution for each problem. All right. So you guys are gonna discuss. All right. First, the situation. Ken, could you do us the favor of reading the situation?
Okay, sure. It's midnight on Saturday night, and your neighbors are having a really loud party next door. Your roommate has a job interview first thing the next morning. What would you suggest they do?
Okay. All right. You guys are all roommates, and I'm your neighbor. Da 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 da. Woo! Party! What are you going to do? Ken, what do you think?
Maybe calling the police.
Okay, talking to Carlos and Michaela.
Okay.
The idea of we're working on making suggestions. Can you make a suggestion to your roommates, Carlos and Michaela?
Kind of okay, Carlos and Michaela, and I have my roommate has a problem, and we cannot sleep. So, what can I do? Can we do for this?
What can we do? Oh, you're asking them. Ken is passing the buck, you guys. Okay, here's a little idiom for you guys. Ken is passing the buck. He doesn't want to make a suggestion, so he's passing the buck. That's fine, Ken. Be that way. We don't care. We don't need you. That's all right. Michaela, do you want to make a suggestion? What do you think?
I'm thinking because they are in the middle of the party, and maybe it's so difficult to let they stop.
Well, not let them
Maybe
stop.
Them, sorry. Yes.
No. Okay, hang on. Wait a second. It's difficult to let them stop. You should say it's difficult to make them stop. You need to make them, not let them. They're never going to stop.
Sorry.
To let is to allow. So you're not giving them permission to stop. Right. Okay, all right. So suggest to Carlos or Ken, what can you do in this situation? What would you do, in other words? What's it? No idea. Okay, Carlos? Can you make a suggestion?
It's just an idea, but why don't one of us go to that apartment and talk with that guy to turn down the volume?
There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, Ken, can you respond to Carlos's suggestion?
Yes, that's a good idea.
Great, Michaela.
And if they don't stop, why don't you call the police or someone? And another thing that you can do is put hair plugs.
Earplugs.
Earplugs.
Yeah. Hair plugs are what bald guys get. Hair plugs. They get they plant hair in your head. But okay. Yeah, you guys are all right. That's very good, Carlos. Now everybody's passing the buck now. Carlos, you very politely said it's just an idea, but why doesn't one of us do this? And Ken just said that's a good idea. And then Michaela had another suggestion. Somebody could call the police or get earplugs. Who's going to take responsibility? Who is going to be the action man or woman? Carlos, what do you do when everybody's making suggestions and saying to the group, well, you know, somebody could do this, somebody could clean the house, somebody should let the dog out? What do you do, Carlos, in this situation? You've got a situation. Yeah.
Play paper, scissors, rock, and.
Okay. Who's going to take charge here? Ken? Ken?
Maybe we need to ask the kind of owner of the house or
Oh,
the party, and among three, I don't know who is
well, who's
we
going
are,
who's going to do it?
okay, maybe we need to this kind of by lottery or something.
By lottery.
But not by the, how can I say English? I forgot the word
Okay.
to this. Oh, but we can go there. Oh, three is stronger than one.
That's very interesting, actually. By lottery, that's very cool. Okay, it's actually really we're getting into the interesting stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of
The no
times,
straw, yeah.
there you go. Let's draw straws. Do you guys know what that is? Let's draw straws. You know what that is all about?
No.
Okay. All right? Let me explain. Now, actually, when nobody can make a decision or nobody wants to volunteer to do something that's uncomfortable, this is a very common way we solve it. Okay, let's draw straws. I think this is what Ken's suggesting. Okay, you have three long objects, maybe straws, like drinking straws, maybe toothpicks, maybe sticks, maybe pieces of string, doesn't matter. What you do is you make one of them shorter. Okay, so you have three, let's say they're toothpicks. You guys know toothpicks, they're all the same size. So you take one of the toothpicks and you make it shorter. And then somebody holds the toothpicks, shuffles them up in their fingers so that they all look like they're the same length. And each one of you then takes one of the toothpicks or straws that has been cut, and whoever gets the short straw has to do it. That's it. So if you get for example, you get the short end of the stick, or you get the short straw in English as an idiom, that means well, too bad for you. You're the one who has to suffer. You're the one who has to do something. All right, that's a good one. Carlos, I couldn't help but see that you were Googling something. Googling rock, paper, scissors. Carlos?
Yes, we should play that. We should play that game to pick one to roll.
All right, there's a suggestion. Let's play rock, paper, scissors. Do you ever do that, Carlos, in real life, or have you ever done that actually?
Yes, once or twice.
Okay. Michaela, are you familiar with rock, paper, scissors?
Not so much. Not so much. Maybe when I was young.
Okay. All right. So that's a suggestion.
In Italy, it's not so common.
Well, how do you solve it in Italy when nobody wants to do something, but somebody's got to do it?
With the coin.
Coin, flip a coin. Okay. All right. All right.
Here in Mexico, it's very common when you are hanging out with your friends, and maybe the beer runs out.
Yeah. Right.
We play this game to decide who gonna go to the store and buy more beer.
Okay. That sounds completely reasonable, and actually sounds like well, it sounds like my life when I was a lot younger. That sounds very familiar to me, Carlos. We do the same thing in America. Ken, what do you do in Japan when somebody's got to do it?
Yeah, dog scissor game is the most common to
Is
decide.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors. Okay, let's try it again. Now, the idea, you guys, is to give suggestions and to talk. You're going to be talking like you're talking to each other about what to do. All right, let's try another suggestion. Let's go to the next one here. Michaela, can you read number 2 for me, please?
Yes. One of your best friend's boyfriends has just told your sister that he really likes her and wants to go out with her. She also really likes him, but she already has a boyfriend. What do you suggest she does?
Ooh. Okay, what's going on? Your sister already has a boyfriend, but she's thinking about going on a date with. Oh, wait a minute, Michaela. What are you going to suggest to her? What do you suggest she does? So, okay, imagine it's your sister. What would you tell your sister? What?
No, because it's like aiuto. One moment, I don't know. It's like a soap opera. One moment.
Yes, it is. But soap
one
opera.
of your best friends, boyfriend.
It is like a soap opera, but life is like a soap opera. Sometimes.
Anyway, I think if she likes him and he likes her, the boyfriend can go.
Vicious. Okay. Carlos, what suggestion would you make to your sister if it was your sister? Do you have a sister, Carlos?
Yes.
You do. Okay, so really, if it was your sister, what would you suggest to her?
Are you crazy?
Yeah, quite a different response. Okay. Are you crazy? All right, that's a way to make a suggestion. It really is. That's absolutely great. Are you
really? Are you crazy?
all right? That is a suggestion. It's advice. It's suggestion. Are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? What are you thinking? All right. That's great. Thank you, Carlos. Ken, what would you tell your sister?
Maybe having two boyfriends at the same time that makes things very complicated. So you need to think who do you like more? So who you really like, love, or something like
Ken is like a therapist. Ken, you sound like a therapist.
that.
Oh, that's very reasonable. Way too reasonable. An extremely reasonable response. Okay, so Ken would explain it. All right, now look, this is going to be very complicated for you, and you're going to get very confused. So you need to really sit back and think for a minute. Okay, now that's great advice that people give. All right, you're not really telling a person what to do or what your opinion is, but you're advising the person to just think about it and make their own decision. Kind of passing the buck again, Ken.
What? Passing the bucket?
Passing the buck. You're not taking responsibility for your suggestion. You're just suggesting the person makes their own decision.
Yeah.
But
because- Mhm.
but actually, that's probably very good advice. A very good way to give advice is to not give any advice, but make sure the person knows that that you listened and that you're responding and that you care about them, but actually don't give them any advice at all.
But my advice is makes it complicated. That's my advice.
Actually, Ken, your way of giving advice is exactly how I give advice to my friends who ask advice about their love life. That's exactly what I say. Well, it's all very complicated, and you know what? I am going to suggest absolutely nothing, because when things go south, when things get terrible, I don't want you to blame me, because we're friends and I want to stay friends. So my suggestion is think about it and make your own decision. Michaela, do you give advice to people who ask you advice for love problems?
I'm not good to give advices. Maybe I do, like you say. I say something that can be useful for people that they think and they arrive to the solution by themselves, maybe.
Yeah.
And yes, I ask for my problems. Yeah,
It's a lot safer. Michaela, in English, advice is an uncountable noun. Always. It's never countable. So it is actually impossible to say advices. You cannot make it plural. Ever. Never, ever. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Carlos, how about you? Have you ever given advice to the lovelorn?
No, I always try to stay away from that situation because that situation can be a little bit complicated. If you get into that situation, that may cause some problems. So I never I try to never say nothing about it.
Okay. Never say anything about.
Yes.
If you never say nothing, then you always say everything. Double negatives, like -3 times -4 is 12, like that. Ken, have you ever gotten really bad advice?
Okay. I got.
Gotten. Yeah.
I got. Oh, but in that case, I won't follow the advice.
Okay.
I ask the people's opinion, but the first decision is up to me.
Right. Okay. Have you ever gotten really bad advice before?
Maybe, but I forgot. I don't remember exactly.
Okay. Ken, one other aspect of this class, which I forgot to mention when you came in, is before the end of the class, I'm going to ask you guys for suggestions for Verbling classes. What topics or special topics or any suggestions that you can give me? So I need you to do some of my work for me today, all right? And a reminder for Michaela and Carlos. Before the end of the class, I'm going to be asking you guys for suggestions. Michaela, have you ever gotten really bad advice before?
Receive an advice or give? Sorry.
Gotten. Received.
Yes, of course. Too many. Every time is better to follow what we feel.
All right. Okay. How about you, Carlos? Have you ever gotten really, really bad advice?
Uh,
Receive.
yes, I think so. I remember one occasion when I was 20 years old. I have an accident. I got my arm very big
Uh-huh.
hurt, and there's a lot of blood coming from my arm. And in that moment, a neighbor entered into my house, and they told me, "Oh, you should put some coffee in that that neutralized the pain." And I don't know what he said, so I did it and almost passed away. It was awful.
Oh yeah. Classic. Thank you, Carlos. Bad health advice is like the worst bad advice you can get. Um, right. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Coffee has acid. It's like pouring lemon on an open wound. Not a great idea.
I'm still feel the pain. So
Oh, that's an awesome example. Oh, scary. Okay, one more situation here, and you guys are going to have to discuss and figure out. All right, Carlos, can you read number 3 here?
a friend urgently needs some money and has decided to sell their TV. Another friend has offered to buy it for $200, and your friend has agreed to sell it to them. Somebody else then offered your friend $350 from the same stereo. What would you suggest your friend selling the stereo does?
Hmm. Well, Carlos, what would
Uh,
you tell your friend here?
uh, Maybe I would say you I don't know the word.
Yeah. Okay, if I can help.
You I don't know, engage with the first one. You promise to him to you're gonna sell the. You already has an agreement with him in the first.
Okay,
You,
maybe maybe you already made a commitment.
yes, that's the word.
Good would be a good way to say that. You made a commitment. Right. Okay.
You must respect that's a commitment. So
Okay, very good. Yeah, engaged is not good. Generally in English, we use the word, well, we use it a couple ways, quite honestly. Engaged, if you're engaged in conversation, you're in the middle of a conversation, and that's perfectly normal and correct usage. Um, you're doing something, you're engaged in it. But of course, the first thing that an English speaker is going to think when you use the word engaged is engaged to be married. Okay, so if if you said something like, "Oh, you're already engaged with John," people would look at you, what? Anyway, okay, yeah,
you're very open-minded.
you already committed. Okay, is the verb to commit. You already committed to selling the TV to John, so you can't back out of a commitment. All right, be a common way to say it. You can't back out of a commitment. Okay, so another common and useful English phrase there. All right, Ken, what would you say to your friend?
That's difficult. But yeah, usually this person agreed with the sale to that to $200. But maybe he and another friend said $5. What should I do? Maybe he can negotiate the price, another price. You kind of a lot of people offer this price, but blah, blah, blah. Maybe also it can be complicated. But if they wanted to do, yeah,
Okay, well, I think, Ken, are you suggesting that he starts a bidding war?
bidding war. What is that?
A bidding war. Okay, another useful English phrase.
Okay.
Start a bidding war. Okay.
Yeah, bidding.
Bidding. All right. So like an auction. All right. Well, go back to the other friend and say, "Hey, I've been offered 350. You really want the TV? Can you do better than 350? 375? Okay, I hear 375, 375, 375. Can I hear 400, 400, 400, 400? Do I have 400 for the television set? The beautiful television set. $400. 400, 400, 400, 4C, 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 4 Benjamins. I have $400. Can I get 425? 425. How about 425?
But the problem is he might lose both friends.
That's right. That is a problem. Is it worth $150 to lose your friends? Yeah, right. Michaela, what would you suggest to your friend?
I'm in panic because I didn't catch the sentence because I'm confused with TV and stereo. Sorry, excuse me.
Okay.
I'm confused.
You're confused. Okay, you have two friends. All right. One friend wants to buy a TV. One friend wants to sell a TV, and they need money. So they agree. They make an agreement. $200. $200.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But then before they actually make the deal, somebody else offers $350. Sometimes. Okay, I see. For the same stereo. Oh, I see what's confusing you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is kind of weird. Occasionally, British people will call a TV a stereo. Yeah, I understand why you're confused. Right.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't really notice that,
It's the
but
same.
yeah, they mean the TV. That's right.
Okay. I suggest him to talk with the first friend and try to according. He can explain the situation at the first friend.
Okay, he can explain the situation to someone. Right.
To the first friend, and maybe it's possible that he give more money.
Okay, all right, maybe. Okay, I suggesting to my friend, you should probably, we're talking about a hypothetical situation. I would suggest, for example, to the first friend to go back and talk to his other friend. All right. And accord, okay. All right, you use the word accord. I just want to make sure you understand it properly. We often, I'll use it in a clause. A common collocation, a common clause. You reach an accord. Okay, it means to come to an agreement. Reach an accord. Come to an agreement. Maybe he could come to another agreement. Or maybe he could reach an accord with his friend about renegotiate. Okay. Okay, there's a lot of ways to say it. Okay. All right, that's a possibility. Okay, hang on a minute. Now we've got about 5-6 minutes left. Now it's time for me to just sit back and let you guys do my work for me. Ha! What? Carlos, I'll start with you. Carlos, what classes would you like to see here on Verblin? What classes, if I can do them, of course, I will, if it's possible. If it's not too crazy. I'm not going to, put pieces of pasta in different parts of my body for you, for example. I'm not going to do that, okay? But if it's not too crazy, do you have any
Dance class.
Dance class. Okay, well, this. Yeah. Dance classes. Seriously, do you have anything that you'd like to learn? Any suggestions? Something that you...
I like the class. I like the class that you do about the TOEFL exam.
TOEFL?
But
Okay.
I want if you could do it like I don't know the word, like a simulation of the exam.
Uh-huh. Okay, simulated TOEFL test?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
a little simulation about the exam. Maybe if the topic is speaking, it could be like a small part of the class, like a simulation.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. All right. Okay, that's a great suggestion. Thank you very much, Carlos. Michaela,
Yes.
renegotiate. I don't know what that is. That's called me not. Hang on a second. Okay, hang on a second. Go. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. It's called me being lazy and thinking my fingers are doing something on the keyboard that they're not really doing. It's actually renegotiate. There we go.
Okay.
Sorry. Thank you for drawing my attention to that. You guys, English words that don't even exist. Okay, Michaela, since I'm talking to you, do you have any suggestions for classes?
Yes. Maybe you can talk about art or movies, art directors, maybe, or another thing is embarrassing situations. Maybe someone can talk free about this topic.
Okay.
And this is maybe a little boring, vocabularies in general, and verbs. I need verbs.
I need verbs. We all need verbs.
Verbs, but
We all need verbs. All of us. Life could use more verbs. You like that one? Carlos likes that one about embarrassing situations. All right, you guys, now, if I do this, I want you, Michaela, and you, Carlos, in the class, and I want you to be not shy about talking about your embarrassing situations. I am not going to spend an hour talking about my many embarrassing situations, which I could do. And if I have to, I will. But I need some help with that one. All right? Seriously. You got to back me up. Thank you, Michaela. That was extremely
You're welcome.
Ken, my friend. What do you have any suggestions for me to do for verbling classes?
Yeah, kind of my interest is rock music, so rock music lyrics translation or that's kind of rock related topics. And the kind of style of class, sometimes the combination style, sometimes it's very good because I can learn grammar, vocabulary, reading, probably speaking, little bit in one class. Especially maybe student who can take one class only, and maybe it could be helpful. I'm not sure, but student learn a little bit in the one class.
That is an awesome suggestion, and I did that a couple weeks ago as like an experiment. I tried that, doing a combination, a little bit of everything, reading comprehension, introduced a bunch of verbs, I believe, in that class, a little grammar work, fill in the blank, then a little discussion, a little of everything, potpourri, a little smorgasbord class, if you will. And it was extremely well received. I didn't have many students just didn't happen to have many students, 4 or 5 students, but they really liked it, and they all strongly suggest I do more of it. So Ken, good suggestion. I like it, and you're absolutely correct. I needed you to remind me that I intended to do more of those types of classes, and I haven't gotten around to planning them out and creating the material. But that is a great idea.
Thank you.
Okay, and I'm glad to hear that you would be interested in such classes. Thank you guys for doing my work for me. Yay. High five to yourself. Yeah, good job. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. I hope you enjoyed the class. I know I did, and I'll see you guys after lunch, I suppose. Maybe.
Okay.
If you're still awake. Carlos will be in bed, but maybe Ken and Michaela. Maybe see you later. Carlos, have a good night.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.